Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Southerners Northern Gardens. So today is an exciting day. I believe in the video I mentioned where I was planting all of these things, or I went over all the varieties of the things I was planting this year, that I said that I had no intentions to add any hydrangeas to my garden, with the exception of maybe an oakleaf hydrangea, because I only have one oakleaf hydrangea in my garden right now, and that is a yellow hydrangea called Honey, and it has not done very good. It's died back nearly every winter. I've had it for almost, this is going on its third year, and I will take you over there and show it to you right quick. But I saw on Instagram, sorry, I'm holding something here. I saw on Instagram the other day where Monrovia had released this new Macrophylla called Seaside, Serenade, Newport. And so that's not an oakleaf, although I did pick up an oakleaf that I'm going to show you. So the Seaside, Serenade, Newport is a reblooming hydrangea. It was really beautiful in Monrovia's Instagram posting, and I was at Lowe's, and they had one that had been in too much sun. They need to be planted in the shade, obviously. So it had received too much sun and it was a little burnt. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ask them if I can get a percentage off of this plant. And they gave me 50% off. So I got it for like $20. It currently has these really beautiful blue blooms on it. In my garden, they're probably gonna be pink, just because I have high alkaline soil, or higher alkaline soil anyway. But it's a really beautiful new shrub by Monrovia. It's kind of expensive directly from Lowe's. I was just there on a lunch break, $45. And so I got it for $22 because, see, it's a little burnt. It's not terrible. I would actually probably pick off these leaves, and, you know, I was just glad they gave me a discount. But it gets roughly 4x4. The only thing I don't love about Monrovia's tags is they don't give you a lot of information. So it says right here that it is a rebloomer, but a lot of other plant companies' tags say whether they bloom on new wood or old wood. This one, Monrovia's tags just don't give enough information, in my opinion. It likes to tell a little story. This is a story about Monrovia, when I think it should be really a story about the plant. But it does bloom on new wood and old wood, and is hardy from zones 4 through 9. Now the second plant I want to show you, so this one's going to be planted up front near the house to give it a little more protection. It'll be the second variety of Macrophylla that I have in my garden that's reblooming, and so we're going to start giving those a little try as I find ones that I'm interested in that stay pretty small, and so see if they'll survive and rebloom reliably in zone 6. If it is a rebloomer, I have pretty high hopes that it will bloom, just like the 𝗓𝗏𝗏 is blooming for me. Now I did come through this past weekend and remove all of the wood from the 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗢 macrophyllas from my hydrangea pruning video earlier this year that I did probably about a month or so ago. Because these were all salvage plants from Home Depot that were not doing good, a lot of the growth on them that was last year's growth did not come back at all eventually. So I cut down a lot from very bottom, but all this new is fresh, leafy directly from the base, which is nice. So hopefully they will do better. A lot of them are super tiny. These were tiny when I got them to begin with, but they will come through hopefully and bloom really well for me. They're obviously already putting on blooms from this new growth. They are pink, but I think they'll be really beautiful in this spot once they grow up, if they continue to reliably bloom and grow for me. So yesterday morning, I got out early like I do on a lot of Saturdays and go to garden centers just look around. It's kind of my way to relax from the week and unwind. And so I was looking specifically for an oakleaf hydrangea, so I went to a couple garden centers, and then I ended up at Grandma's Garden, which I've taken you all on an adventure like 2 times this year, and I was in search for a 𝗍𝗏𝗏 hydrangea, and they did have them. They had some good ones and like of a nice size in a container, but I've never seen this at another garden center. They had ball and burlap snow queens. And so that's what I picked up, because these were like $15 more than the small container version. So Snow Queen is an oak leaf. I really love this bold texture right here. And then the panicles themselves are really tiny right now. They just started, and they may not this year, but they will eventually get around 8 inches long. And so they'll be really beautiful, a different type hydrangea in my garden, which is really exciting since I don't have any mini oak leaves. If you want to see the honey, I think it's called Little Honey. It is right here. So this is what it looks like after at least 2 years of growth, but I've had it 3 years. The first year I had it in a container just to try and put on some more growth, and it didn't really grow in a container either. So honey stays really small, but I've just not had success with it in the garden, hardly at all. But this hydrangea come from Grandma's Gardens, $70. Snow Queen, and Snow Queen is an older variety. It's been around for a while, but it's a trusty, reliable variety in our zone. And so I'm just really impressed at the size of this one. I'm going to get it planted, I think, behind this bench over here. So I like to sit at this bench and do videos and such. And so I think a nice textural contrast would be if I stuck it kind of next to this grass. So this is a totem pole panicum. These are the peonies, which will bloom out and the foliage might die down. And so to have some more bold texture kind of under this willow, which will provide it some protection from the sun, I'm probably going to stick it in this area. I might have to move some of these phlox over. But around this area, or around where those daylilies are at, next to this smoke bush, I think will be a good spot for some nice texture blooms right here. Now I have another oak leaf hydrangea coming in the mail today from FedEx, and I have an interesting story about how I acquired that one, and that will be in the next video, which I may shoot this afternoon if it comes in time, because it is a new hydrangea to the market within the past year or so, and it is really super interesting and has really beautiful blooms. And so that'll be in a separate video, but for now I'm going to see if I can get this ball and burlap unwrapped and get this hydrangea planted, because we're having some really hot weather this week and I don't want to risk it staying out on its own in this ball and burlap. It's supposed to be like 95 Tuesday, which is unusual for this time of year in Ohio. All right, everyone. So as I think I mentioned, it rained a lot last night. So that was a muddy, messy disaster, but this is kind of where it ended up. So I think it'll be really nice in the spot with all these other shrubs. Get enough protection from this willow during the day and in the evening. And it'll be a really nice blooming structure behind the bench when I shoot videos there. And to enjoy from the patio, because you can see it directly from the patio up here. And I took those 2 offshoots and potted them up, put some biotone in this Monrovia container that the Seaside Serenade came out of. And I'm going to set this on the front porch, and I'll take you up there and show you right quick where I planted the Seaside Serenade. Look how gross I am. That's why I don't like planting in this clay soil when it's rained the night before, but because it was going to be so hot, I had to get these things in the ground. So I put the Seaside Serenade right here in this corner. So hopefully it'll get pretty big and cover up this black gutter system here. We'll just have to see how it performs over the coming years and next year. It probably won't do a whole lot this year since it is reblooming. It should put on some more blooms this year, but it'll have to get settled in. So I'm going to water that one in good because it is super humid today because of all the rain yesterday. And I'll catch y'all later this afternoon when my next one comes in and give you all the details about it. It's an exciting one, so stick around. Thanks, guys. And remember, in a world full of hate, be a light. Take care. Bye.